Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode. What are we on? Eight, seven,
Hey,
eight.
yeah.
Okay, it's been a while. Um, Welcome back to episode 8 of Run the Record. Um, Me and Daniel are here in the flesh. Well, technically not in the flesh, but you know, um, it's been a while. It's been like a month since I've I've said anything. It's been like 2 weeks since Daniel has. Um, yeah, school and like life was very overbearing for the past month, but I think we're gonna start getting into the swing of things. Um, yeah, Daniel, anything to add on that?
Not really. Are are you gonna come out with that baby Keem
That's not that's
review?
that's 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 locked up in the vault, Daniel. We don't talk about that. Okay,
Okay.
all right. Um, but also another reason why I took more of an extended break is I was sort of fatigued with music. So I just took a break, refreshed the ears, listened to some horrible music, 21 Pilots. What else? I also listened to a lot of uh, Glaive, Glaive over the past month. So yeah, I mean, but this week had a solid lineup. Uh, Daniel, why don't you introduce us to what we'll be reviewing?
All right. So this week we have A Life of a Don by Don Toliver. We have the new Bad Bad Not Good album. We have a new EP from Glaive. I know it's been a few weeks since we've heard from Glaive. We have Pink Panthers and Mitski and Tizo Touchdown as well. So yeah, let's just
We
get
got a lot. We got a
into it.
solid lineup. Yeah. So first, we'll be reviewing the uh, new studio length album, "Life of a Don" by Don Toliver, the man, the myth, the Travis Scott ripoff. Um, yeah, Daniel, what were your initial thoughts heading into this thing?
I never really listened to Don Toliver besides like a couple Travis
For
Scott
shame.
songs. So I was not I know his style. I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but I kind of went into it and I was pleasantly surprised a little bit, not gonna lie. What about you, Farhan?
Um, uh, I think we are gonna disagree this time, Daniel, but that's okay. Um, I love me some music discourse. I was a Don Toliver fan. I liked Heaven or Hell a lot. Um, but this album wasn't really doing it for me. Uh, like the first half, like I want to say from Escape, the opener, to like about like What You Need, which was like one of the singles, I believe. Um, and like from What You Need to like Drugs and Hella Melodies, it was just flat for me. Like Escape, it just sounded like Don was like half asleep for like the first leg of this record. Same with 5X. Um, Especially to comment on 5X. There's this like one drum beat that like I've been hearing. Have you listened to Up by Cardi B?
No.
Like the if it's up, then it's stuck, then it's no.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
know
know
what you
that
mean.
like little like quirk in the mix where it's like boom, like it's like a drum beat almost, like a boom.
Continue with your point.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
okay. But like a bunch of like mainstream people have been using it, which is like fine, but also it's just like something that I wanted to point out. Um I don't have a notes for a lot of the songs on the first half because I didn't really care for them, which is a common trend. 16 tracks on this thing. Kept under an hour, which means he must have at least like half baked some of them, and he just decided to like bloat the first leg of the record with like I don't even know. It's like he was like rapping in his sleep or whatever, and then the record label they called him up. And then they were like, "Okay, you got to record the real album now, Don." And then he just woke up and started going off. But that's for later. Some other highlights on the first half of the record. Flocky Flocky. He finally decides to try on the track with Travis. Um, Although the looping beat is a little boring, but like, eh, you get what you get. You don't get upset. And then what you need, as I said, the first pickup on the record, uh, the beat is actually like going with Don's like sort of sleepy style, which is like bad because not bad, but like not good either. But like compared to like this like electrified like production with like this building sort of bass synth on the first half. Dawn isn't really trying, but if the production isn't really trying, it's this more stripped back type of thing. It really complements his style. Um, yeah, I need to stop talking. Daniel, how about you?
uh, that's funny you say that because I don't have much to say about individual tracks on this thing, but honestly, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think when you first listen to this album, it kind of just like hits you, uh, or like it hits you that it's just this long thing, but I don't think that's necessarily horrible. Like it's very safe and easy to listen to. Um, but like it works. I don't know for his target audience, and like for me, honestly, I think it would grow on me um as I listen to it, just singing along, not because I really have necessarily any connection to the art or anything like that, but just the melodies are nice and it's a nice way to pass the time.
Yeah. I can see a lot of these tracks being like played at parties and stuff. Um, I know that like Drugs and Hella Melodies were at like, on the party rotation for a good half of this year. Um, but yeah, no, I was saying Drugs and Hella Melodies is really where this record starts to pick up. Especially after like two of the worst tracks I'd say on the record, like Double Standards and Swinging on Steinheimer. But yeah, Drugs and Hella Melodies. It's like it sounds like it came straight out of his debut, which I thought was actually pretty good. I know it was like the music discourse surrounding it was like really middle of the road, but like yeah. Um, after Drugs and Hella Melodies, it picks up. 2 a.m. I like the distorted bass on that one. Uh, yeah, Get Throwed. You take what you get. Company. He then sorts of like takes a nap again because he's like really quiet on this one, like mixed really quietly. I don't even think it's his like vocal delivery to be at fault here, but it's whatever. Outer Space. Daniel, do you have any thoughts on this one? Outer Space.
No.
The Keem track.
Oh, the Keem track.
Keem
Yeah,
track.
I wasn't paying attention to the names of them. I like Keem in the second half of that one actually.
I
I
like
did write
Keem.
that
I
down.
like Keem throughout. I thought he outshined Don, which is the case with most of the features on this thing.
Yeah.
Like it's really palate cleansing whenever they come on here because it's just like 16 tracks. You like form this sort of idea for like a bit, and then it goes nowhere. It's whatever. Like the 3 minute tracks are also pretty middle of the road, but like
Mhm.
some of the shorter cuts, I didn't really enjoy.
What
Um,
are your opinions on that Caliuchis one?
Drugs and Hell. Are you paying attention?
No, no, not really.
I said
I was
that's when
just
the record
vibing
starts
through
to.
this whole record. That's
Is this
my
how
entire
the
point.
episode's gonna be? I'm just gonna talk for like an hour, and you're gonna be like, "Yep." It was just very melodic. Very okay.
Did you
This is a
see that TikTok
professional
I made,
establishment. Yeah, I saw the
Farhan?
TikTok you made.
Yeah.
Um, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, Daniel. If people are confused, Daniel said he was just gonna like nod and say nothing for like a whole episode and see how far I talk. But no, I've become mindful. I've become self omnipotent.
You
Okay,
wanna hear an actual take on this record? Double standards. I
I
like
covered
the
double standards, Daniel. Okay, no, go ahead.
let me say my one piece. I like the sample and the outro.
I do like the
Dude,
sample.
I listened to this album for what it was, okay? You're out here like a lyrical miracle analyzing
I'm not
nerd,
even analyzing the lyrics. It's literally just a production on this one.
and I'm here vibing and giving the people what they really want. Can you sing and can you dance and can you vibe to this
I said
album?
you can play this at a lot of parties.
Yes.
um, what was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. But also, I like the sample on What You Need. But I mean, double standards, crap. Um, but like Dawn phones it in, which is why I don't like it. But also, like I I assume that like people aren't really caring about what Dawn is doing when they're playing this song. But the track Smoke, it has a 504 in, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very good posse cut. I liked it. I like the choppy production. The like monotonous smoke, 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 smoke. Chorus, pretty good, pretty good. Um, you need to give like some sort of verbal confirmation. You can't keep nodding because not everybody listens to this on YouTube.
Sorry. Yes, yes. I've listened to this album, guys. It's
Yeah, sorry,
I'm
Daniel's a
ready.
little
I'm
out
just
of it.
yeah, I'm not fully here. I'm ready to give my rating though.
I haven't even finished.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
let me just finish real quick. You, it's good. It's good music. I can see it playing at a party. Crossfaded also sounds like something off of a Sleigh Bells album. Are you familiar with Sleigh Bells, Daniel?
Yes. Yes.
Have
Did
you
you
listened
not
to
hear
their
me?
new album? It came out during the hiatus.
No, I didn't.
It's pretty good. I would play it during Christmas, but
Okay.
yeah. Uh, the track, the closer, bogus. Again, like everything seems like in contrast to this album, like in contrast to the other tracks on this album, it seems really good because it sounds like Don's actually trying, but it's just because he's trying, it sounds good, not because like it's good, in isolation. But I guess that sums up like sort of my whole opinion on the album, like that one closer track. But I guess it's time for our official rating of Don Toliver, Life of a Don.
Yeah, our official rating of Don, my official rating of Don Toliver, A Life of a Don. I think this album works really well together, like continuously. If you just if you don't care and you just throw it on and you just want to like chill, it's good. And I think it will grow on me with time. So I'm giving it a good 7.
Higher than churches. Um, I
God.
think that album, this album track, of 16 songs are either half baked or carried by the features, but Don sort of tries, and when he does, it ends up being pretty good. But the first half of this record was absolutely atrocious, so I can't give it anything higher than a 5. That is a wrap on Life of a Don, Don Tolliver. Heading on over to Bad Bad Not Good, Talk Memory. Daniel, you want to give your thoughts heading into this?
Okay, I remember when we listened to the single or the first single for this one,
Signal
which is
from the
actually the
Noise. Yeah.
yeah, Signal from the Noise. Um, we've obviously already reviewed it in a past episode, so if you haven't checked that out, please go do that. I love that track. It's a 9 minute, like it's so good, and I gave a really lengthy review. But anyway, moving on from the first one, Unfolding, Momentum 783. I think what this album does really good, and especially on this track, is the arpeggios, and it's also um, not just arpeggios with synths or anything like that, but also with like their live instruments. The saxophone on this thing is crazy, and then how it like slowly gets calmer through the song is really nice. I also love the bass on this track. I think it's very clean, subtle at points, which I also leads me to talk about the panning, because if you don't listen to music and it's not panned, it's like you're not getting the whole experience, you know? So the panning on this thing made it feel like I was there and it wasn't like balanced, which I really liked. If you understand what I mean, Farhan?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. Like the on City of Mirrors or Unfolding.
Unfolding.
Oh yeah, Unfolding. I was just gonna say. Yeah, I like the arpeggios on this one. It sounds like the lead instrumentation is like trying to make its way out of this like sort of, like the the different sorts of like instrumentation that are like backing it. Like the one remaining like sort of chord just keeps going through the whole track. And when I think of live music, I think of this, of how this record was mixed.
Mhm. Same. The drums, amazing as usual. So yeah, the next track, City of Mirrors. This track, in contrast to the last one, it feels like kind of claustrophobic, like everything is coming to you right in the middle of the mix, which is not a bad thing. I kind of like it. It's a little bit less digestible than the last one, just because of interesting rhythms and like them going out of key sometimes. Um, and it's like a lot more experimental. I think the strings add amazing texture,
Yes.
and it's just like an extra voice with the rest of the instruments, which I really liked.
Yeah, I mean, like heading into it, I know the strings were there. I was like, I really like these strings, and then they disappeared, and I was like, ah, these strings. And then
Mhm.
the strings came back, and then everything clicked for me. Yeah, no, I was very uncertain about the track before, the first half, but it all came together conceptually, especially on the second half. I think it might be my favorite on the album, even though it's like one of the more like harder to digest tracks. But I like the symphony of it all.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that follows up with one of the main locust tracks of the album beside April. I believe this was another single, but I think we missed it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the lead instrumentation is like almost muddled out by these like sort of overbearing drums, but the guitar. I don't know if you picked up on it, Daniel. They got like a feature in for the guitar, and it's a real selling point. And there are like these like sort of increments where like the style or like the tempo changes, and it really keeps me hooked. All throughout.
Yeah, I think this song is really dope and peaceful, and I think I was talking to Farhan about this the other day, but it would make a great sample, especially like right before the middle point. I think the guitar at the end is really dope. Like as you mentioned, there's they brought someone else on, and they bring other people on for I think specifically those strings that we were talking about as well.
Yeah,
Um, Whoever the drummer is, and they kill it every time. I just
for
love
sure.
the drums on these tracks.
Yeah, yeah. I know I said it was overbearing, but I sort of meant that in like good black MIDI sort of way. I really like the drumming patterns and the choices and risks taken on this album. A lot of risks taken on this record. Especially if you listen to like Bad Bad Not Good's like earlier stuff of like covers and stuff, like jazz covers. Yeah, which I did go to after listening to this record, but yeah, overall really like this one. That follows up with the track "Love Proceeding." It sounds like the exact name of the song, and it's kind of hard to replicate like feelings or emotions, especially over like instrumental sort of tracks. This sound this song the song it sounds like Love Proceeding. It sounds
Mhm.
exactly what it sounds like. It's lively, it's nostalgic, it's euphoric. Like without getting into like technical aspects, I love like sort of instrumentation choices too. It seems like everything was like timed to like an exact pin. Although I do like City of Mirrors a little bit more. I really like the fulfillment I get from the end. It feels like I digested like a full piece of art on its own from this track.
Yeah, I don't think I could have said it better. I think my
Yeah, I really
only
like the track. It's dope.
yeah, it is. I think this whole album is dope. I think in the most simple way I can say the strings and the drums go dummy. Um that's what you were saying about like capturing emotion. I feel like jazz music does that so well. Um and it just makes me want to come back every time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have you listened to the Floating Points or Flying Lotus record? I forgot what it's called.
No, not yet.
But yeah, no, it's like one of those like symphony albums, and it's just like a lot of people were like clicking with it, and like saying this is like really brilliant and stuff. It's just I wasn't feeling any emotion, but I feel like certain acts of jazz really bring that in, and there's definitely some sort of like jazz rock fusion influence coming in on this record, and I really dig it.
Mhm.
I really dig it as a rockhead. Um, this follows up with second half of the record with Timid Intimidating. I think this is our first rut. It's not a favorite. The moving points, the sort of stylistic changes that the track goes throughout all it's like 6.5 minutes. They don't really come together for any sort of like holistic flow, which is I guess what the track was trying to do, like show these certain increments of like themes, but like I don't really care for it outside of like the certain increments while I'm listening to them, which really leads for like an unsatisfying ending. Um, and also like the separate passages, they also have to be good, if you know what I mean, in order for it to like flow well. If you're not even combining them together or like making callbacks to it later in the track, because they had
Yeah.
a lot of time to like flesh out
Mhm.
different parts of the instrumentation and then just bring it all together at the end. But it was meh. It didn't stick the landing for me.
Yeah, I thought obviously there's that distorted guitar in this track, and as you were saying, like jazz infused rock as a rock this is one of the more deviants from like a standard jazz style on this
Yeah,
um album. And it I don't think any of these tracks are necessarily bad. I think the first half of this album is definitely a lot stronger though.
I agree. I agree. The track beside April Reprise, the Reprise, um, it's uh, the guitar was a really like big selling point for me on the original track, and without the inclusion of it on the Reprise, I didn't really care for it. It just kind of sounded like like cinema, like music, like the stock cinema, like sort of soundtrack scores that they put in. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. It was
Yeah, I didn't really have much to say about that one either.
yeah. Which follows up with the closer, Talk Meaning. I think this is the most beautiful song on the record. Um, it's a bit rough around the edges. It's far from perfect. Um, in terms of like like the middle section and like sort of tempo changes they could have done there, but it leaves like a sort of pleasant type of jazz taste in my mouth. But also like near the end of the track, um, the lead instrumentation almost sounds like it's talking. Like there's this sort of like harp battle going on near the end where
Hmm.
like it sounds like genuine words are coming out of these instruments, but I can't really make out what the words are. But I guess what I'm trying to say is just the lead instrumentation is so like cohesive. It's so tight. It's so fluid.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, I think all the elements in this thing um work together. As someone who like is into older jazz, I feel like this is a good representation of where that genre has come to now, because this is similar, but it's giving a new flavor,
Mhm.
right? And just yeah, all the instrumentation, the bass, the drums, the saxophone together, it's just it's so expressive and energetic, but also so elegant and calm at the same time to me.
I couldn't have said it
um
better.
and the outro, very nice.
For sure. Yeah, no, definitely like favorite Daniel's opinion over mine. He's more of a jazz head, but yeah, I think that's it, and it's time for our official rating on Bad Bad Not Good Talk Memory. Um,
Yeah. So for me personally, I I listening to the first single from this track, I really loved it. This 9 minute epic of just crazy stuff, and it really got me excited for what was coming next. The first half of this album, I think, is a lot better than the second half
mhm.
and more memorable. Maybe it's because it's more packed in, but it is, in my opinion, just better than the second half. But I will say that I liked everything on this thing, and I don't think anything was particularly bad. So I give this album a strong 8.
Yeah, I resonate with a lot of what you said. It's definitely not perfect. It's far from perfect.
Mhm.
It's good jazz. It's innovative jazz. Jazz rock. I like the instrumentation choices. I like the mixing. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. You really sealed the deal there. I am also feeling a decent 8. Yeah, that's a wrap on Bad Bad Not Good. Um, that was I don't know about you, but that was like a really serious like review. Like Don Toliver, we were just like trolling, but I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, it's whatever.
Now
Moving
let's get
into
into the non-serious reviews.
hey, 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 okay. Because of external conflicts, we can't really be reviewing like three bad EPs weekly, right? But we still have time
Mhm.
for one. We still have time for one. Um, moving into the
Oh
EP
boy.
section, Glaive and Eric Doa. I hope I'm not butchering that. Their 12, 15 minute EP, Then I'll Be Happy, dropped this week. Um, yeah. Uh, if people don't remember, uh, Daniel and I are not the most fond Glaive fans. Uh, but but I have a plot twist this time
Oh really?
because I actually really like this EP a lot.
Okay.
I liked it a lot, and you're gonna be really shocked by the score because I'm a trailblazer, Daniel. Okay,
Okay.
what I say is law. So heading into
Okay.
this thing, natural. I like the melody and the energy. I like their two vocals, meshing into one cohesive unit. Um, the lyrics are a bit too emo punkish, but I've sort of come to terms to that. I mean, at least Glaive isn't comparing women to dogs, or their psyche to dogs. So I'm not really. The bar is on the floor. Walking into this thing, the bar is on the floor, and they
Yeah.
managed to set the bar a little bit higher for the next one. So you know, I don't hate this track. I really like it. I like the build up.
I think personally on this track, the production is bad. I think specifically the vocal layering
Mhm.
or the mixing is just so harsh on my ears, and it doesn't make me want to return to this track ever again.
You're gonna hear from my lawyers soon, Daniel. But no, the,
It's a
the the
hater.
production was a bit overbearing. At sometimes it was a bit,
Mhm.
treble harsh. Uh, I think I was listening to this record on the road, which means that I had like more bass inducing headphones with me because that's my portable go tos. Um, yeah. So the bass definitely helped out on this EP. So I would say like adjust your EQ before giving this a listen.
Yeah, I was listening to this on studio speakers, which didn't really help my
Yeah,
experience a whole lot.
which made you give Injury Reserve a 7 for some reason, which I can't wrap my head around. But that's something we missed, and actually I missed. That's
I think
something
it
I
was a
missed.
6 or something,
It was a
but
6.
I can't remember
It was a
exactly.
6.
I can't remember.
Oh God, Daniel, why do we record these podcasts every week? Mental anguish. The generic guitar. It's okay. It's generic. I really like the addicting chorus from Glaive. Um, And I think a common theme of this EP is that Glaive really outshines Eric on this thing. When I think of Eric, there's no memorable moments. When Glaive delivers a verse, I think it's great. I think it's amazing, really. Not groundbreaking, but amazing. Um, like multiple moments, this sort of glitchy spatial production again could be a bit treble inducing. I'm not really sure. Uh, it really correlates with the chorus almost, but also like there was like a Glaive ad lib in this song. Like they were just like mental anguish, Glaive, and it was like the ad lib was just Glaive. Actually, I don't even know if that was the chorus. I don't remember, but I really like the chorus on this one. But like, yeah, no, the ad lib kind of took a bit off from my enjoyment of the song. But so far, good start. We're 2 for 2.
I think this song was very generic. I remember thinking to myself, while I was listening to this, I was like, is this guy like an industry plant or something? Like, are 50-year-old people just deciding what kind of music he should make to appeal? Because it sounds like emo trap mixed with pop from like 2004. It's just like kind of
Hey,
dated and unoriginal to me.
okay,
And
okay.
and- yeah.
The Weekend did 80s and no one batted an eye. But Glaive decides to do this sort of 2010s normcore, altcore type of production. And now you're getting all pissy, Daniel. Okay, I will not stand for this. Not in this Zoom, okay? Following on with the track Heather, they're 3 for 3. This track is a minute long. A minute, Daniel. How could you not like a song that's not a minute? That's less than a minute. Okay, ironically, I love Glaive stuff really here, but the Travis Barker sort of drums on this thing, like a ba 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 ba, like it ruined Jaden Smith's sister. What's her name? What's her name?
Willow.
Willow. It really ruined Willow's album. Okay, I don't need it coming over here. I don't even know if Travis Barker produced this thing, but they need to get that out of here. But
Wait,
that was
wait,
only
wait,
for.
wait. Are you saying that you don't like this track?
No, 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 no. I like the.
Oh, okay.
I was just
Okay.
saying the drums. They need to get out of here. They got the drums out of here. It was pretty good. Again, the track is really fast. It's really fast. It doesn't give you time to stop, which I like because these are like hyper pop. Vocalists, right? So they're coming at you at all fronts. Eric is like super speed fast, like almost like like where he's like slurring his like lyrics, like his delivery a bit. And then Glaive goes a bit slower, which really pays off. Again, Glaive is really outshining Eric on this thing by now. I really like it. 3 for 3.
Um, yeah, I contrary to what Farhan said, I like the beat on this one, and I think Glaive is very bearable here. Very dope.
Bearable. Oh my god. If Glaive and you fought, you would lose, Daniel. like a
Yeah.
fist fight. Like a fist fight,
Okay.
he could beat you. He could beat you up, Daniel. Think about that. Think
Like I
about
couldn't
that.
hit him.
Glaive could you could like land a couple of punches, but like you wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to. If any future like record labels like listen to this, and I'm like I happen to be like an up and coming SoundCloud rapper, I really enjoy Glaive's music. I really like the stuff he's doing. The
Like,
track "Pretending,"
uh,
it's okay. It's the first miss on this record. The mixing,
really.
there's like slight instrumentation in the mixing. You were gonna say something?
I was gonna say, really, this is the first miss.
You like this one? Uh, random the random sound effects, they keep the track lively. It's fine. It's fine. It's a bit meh. It's a bit meh. Um, the vocals take almost a backseat to the production, which I really liked. But also the lyrics are pretty flat. They're flat. You know, if I'm
Yeah,
listening to emo punk, I'm getting in my bag, Daniel. Okay, I'm not getting in my bag when I listen to this. Okay, I
of
feel
course no.
like I feel like dancing at lyrical lemonade festivals, bro. Okay,
That's what this feels like.
yeah, exactly. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I just the whole time going through this, I was like questioning the motives behind. You have Glaive. We reviewed him like 3 weeks ago or something, and he comes out with a new project now. These songs are all like a minute ish. This is like a 15-minute thing, and like all the songs are like a minute. Um, these tracks are so short. It just seems like it's not giving me anything authentic. It's giving me like I want to blow up on TikTok. This song, I like the whistling in the beat and the synth in the back is very much a summer happy vibe, but I don't like Glaive's lyrics. And I don't like how these songs are so short, man.
Oh shoot.
Farhan
My
is dying.
my trilogy CD fell. You made my trilogy CD fall.
Oh no.
Think about what you've done. Sit on that while I give my thoughts. You
Okay.
know, Tanache, whatever her name is, I still don't know. It's been like 2 months. You know, she had like these 2 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute tracks. Daniel goes, Ooga! Nine. Nine. Glaive does it. You know, I don't really like this half baked idea stylistically. I thought I was supposed to be the lyric guy. Thought I was supposed to be the lyric guy, Daniel. You know, I think this is biased, and I think you're giving Glaive too much slack. Okay, Glaive is one of the most innovative hyperpop artists out there, except for 100 Gex, because 100 Gex is like a whole different
But we'll
tier.
talk about 100 gigs soon, Farhan.
Are they dropping? Are they dropping soon?
No, I mean in this review right
Oh
now.
no! Oh dear. Okay, moving on. The track Fizz. It does the exact opposite. Dare I say, Glaive is kind of poetic on this one, and possibly empathetic. I empathize with Glaive with like 2 bars on this thing. Um, I'm not going to disclose which 2 bars, but you can come to that conclusion on your own.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't like the white noise instrumental. That's why I said it was the opposite. The production sucks, but I like the lyrics. And pretending I like I like the production, but I hated the lyrics. So yeah, I'm not going to come back to this unless I want to get in my bag.
This is the 5th track, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Okay. I like the beat in the second half, contrary to what you said. Um, uh, but this is where I'm bringing in the. This sounds like Lil Peep and 100 Gex have a mediocre baby who never lives up to the family name type shit. That's what
You're
I'm
just wrong.
hearing on this song.
You're just wrong. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. Lil
Moving on to
Peep, really?
moving on to number 6. I don't even know what the names of these tracks are. I just
Handle me.
wrote 1 through 8.
Handle me.
Maybe.
Have you listened to Young Lean, Daniel? Are you familiar with Young Lean?
No, not really. I know
Familiar
him,
with
but
Drain Gang?
yeah, I we've
This is
talked
like
about
Drain.
this.
This is like watered down Drain Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's good. Trust me, it's good. Handle me. I like. They're a bit more melodic. They're like ha 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 on this one, and I like it. I like it. Um, if you like Glaive, you'll like this. But it. Daniel is losing his mind right now. For a bit of context, if we're acting a bit weird, it's like 11 right now. where I'm recording, and I know it's late for Daniel too, because big boy goes to big school, and
Yeah.
he has to get to bed soon. But yeah, no, we just gave a super serious review, and now we're just going back to this. Um, yeah, yeah. If you like Glaive, if you like hyperpop, you'll like Handle Me, but it
You
doesn't really
like
change.
Glaive? You like Glaive?
It doesn't really change it up, opposed to what his con con con
Contemporaries?
contempt. This isn't professional, Daniel. Contemporaries are doing. The next track, Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger. Okay, serious time. Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Cloak and Dagger. It reminds me of something from. Stop laughing, because you're gonna make me laugh. That's not good.
Okay.
If I
I'm
laugh,
shutting off my camera,
dude. Okay, Cloak and Dagger reminds me of a.
I'm so
No,
sorry for
I'm
this.
just not gonna say the name. I'm just not gonna say the name. It reminds me of something off of the new Trippy album, but with a more upbeat sort of. Daniel, I can't look at you, bro. I can't look at you.
I'm trying not to look at you right now.
Cloak and Dagger.
Okay. It's not even that funny.
Okay, Cloak and Dagger. It reminds me off of a Trippy album of a.
Sorry. Yo, wait. What if I do my review?
No, I'm getting through this. Cloak and
Okay.
Dagger. It reminds me off of some.
Oh, I'm stopping. Just
Okay.
power through.
Cloak and Dagger. It reminds me.
I'm not even looking at you.
Okay. We can't look at each other. Cloak and Dagger. It reminds me off of something off of the new Trippy album, but with a more upbeat sort of take on it, which I actually really like. But the bridges just wear the Trippy influences on their sleeve, and it's fine. But the tempo change isn't really executed well in terms of song structure. I don't really see the beat switch being good. Okay.
Sorry.
The last track, F This Town, I think they close it out pretty tightly.
Wait, let me give my opinion
Oh,
out
okay.
there. Because I don't have an opinion on the next one. The flow at the beginning of Cloak and Dagger is kind of.
Why?
I don't know.
Why did you laugh again? I didn't even think about it until you said it.
The flow at the beginning of this is kind of strange, but it gets fixed going into the chorus, and the beat is nice, but the bass is mixed a little high, I think. This is one of my more favorite on this thing.
That sounded like you had a gun to your head, dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
I did. I was trying.
F This Town. I really like the lyrics on this one. It reminds me of classic Glaive, but again, I said the bar was here when I start. Are you done? The bar was here when I started. For audio listeners, it was like on the ground, but now it's near my bed frame. Okay. I really like it. Again, problems with this record. Eric Doa, why is he here? He's not even doing anything lyrically or stylistically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel, look at me. Daniel, look at me.
I can't.
Not gonna look at me.
Keep going.
Okay. Song. Oh dear. The song structure and engineering choices, they were kind of weird. I don't know what sound mixer was up in this crib, but it was not. I was not rocking with it. The production is a bit rough around the edges. The good stuff, Glaive is good on here. Glaive's style is actually executed well. Maybe it's just me warming up to him more. He has a goal and he executes it to the T. It seems like he's figuring out his style more. Just not ripping off of his contemporaries. But he occasionally does wear some influences on his sleeve, which don't necessarily make this a bad EP at all. But it's very rough, very rough. not like a good Death Grips type of rough, like a storyboard type of rough, which I think leads us to our official ranking, which means Daniel has to look in the camera.
Okay, my official ranking. I really don't admire lots of the mixing choices on this thing. I think it's very harsh.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and I think the production on Glaive's tracks are really solid most of the time. I just think the mixing is a problem, and I think his vocals um are mixed not very well, and I think his lyrics are also kind of just plain and blah to me. So for that reason, I'm giving this EP a 3.
Okay, we're kind of in the same vein. Glaive is good. Glaive is welcomed. Stall executed great. Um, I think get rid of Eric. Get rid of like two tracks. Up the writing a bit and kind of have a banger EP. I'm feeling a strong six. Strong six. Positive record. Um, not record. EP. Extended play. Singles. Following into the singles. Okay. First track. I must apologize. Pink Panthers. I've loved Pink Panther stuff so far. I think Daniel did too. Does.
Pantheress.
It's Pink Panther SS actually. You're such a fool. Um, I wouldn't be able to differentiate this one from the rest of her discography. Like if you asked me like how did this one go and specifically, like I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I know how pain goes. La 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 la. But yeah, I like the reverb piano chords on this one. Classic Pink Panthers. I think, it could, be upped in the creativity department, but I still think it sounds good. I give it a 7.
I think Pink Pantheress slaps as usual. I love the jungle breaks. I'm not a fan of them becoming like this really huge trend because I see a lot of people on TikTok putting them in their songs.
Yeah.
Um, but it is good, and I think she does it very well.
Yeah, it's like
I
everybody trying to no, it's
Yeah,
like
no.
everybody trying to like rip off the weekend.
Hmm.
But like only the weekend's doing the weekend,
Hmm.
with the 80s stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think she's the only one who's kind of doing this like uh drum and bass pop thing really well. Um, as Farhan said, I could not differentiate this from the rest of her discography, but I don't think that's really a bad thing because you can just throw on anything and from her and then just chill and
Yeah, it's a vibe.
it's good. So yeah, I gave this a solid 8 as well.
What do you mean as well? I gave it a 7. You
Oh,
would have to
sorry,
say as well if I.
sorry. I thought you gave it an 8.
It's
My
been a
bad.
long day. I'm just a fan. Tizo touchdown. I'm not a fan of when Tizo sings. Tizo is like this really corny dude if you listen to like the rest of like the stuff he's put out so far. Like even on like the Tyler album, like the running, I'm running like I got racks on me. I'm
Running
running.
like the water on the damn dishes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in any Tizo discourse, but I don't like it when he sings. The acoustic guitar is very underwhelming. I like the backing vocals sort of on this acoustic cut, but not really like his lead vocals. If you know what I'm saying. I think I like mid. Have you listened to mid?
No.
It's like keep the mid off the streets. Keep the like it's like how like people are like whole lot of red mid. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay. Yeah.
he just like critiques that right, and I think it's really funny. I think like the music he puts out is really funny. This is more of like a heartfelt sort of cut, and I don't really know how I feel about it because he can't really do it that well. It just doesn't sound good. But I can appreciate the sentiment. Um, yeah, I think definitely enjoyed what he's had prior to this. I give it a 3.
I think his idea of like I'm a fan, you use me when you need me, but I'm annoying as hell is kind of interesting. It's like he was just sitting around during quarantine figuring out what he could write about and just saw his fan across the room. Um I I agree with you, his vocals sound off sometimes. I did like the guitar in the back, and I think if someone were to cover this, it could go a lot better than the original.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't really have much to say. This is the first kind of solo thing I've heard from him. So yeah, I gave it a good 5.
But okay, which leads us to our last single and last thing we are covering of the night. Working for the Knife, Mitski. I've listened to bits and pieces of Be the Cowboy. I'm not really a huge Mitski guy. As a straight man, I do not claim her. But you know, like Washing Machine Heart, like more of those like popular tracks. Are you a Mitski guy? Are you a Mitski guy, Daniel? No, he's not. He just listens to churches all day long. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, you know, nobody,
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 nobody.
nobody, no biddy.
Yeah, that's what
We
you
got no
sing.
biddies.
No.
More of her, professionally speaking, that was a joke. By the way, if anybody's watching this professionally, more of her famous cuts. I never really got myself into Mitski, uh, but it's also been a while since I've listened to like Mitski, like giving her a shot, and ears develop. But I really like this one a lot. I like the almost scuffed drums, the really good imaginative, really destructive, like dystopic lyrics almost. The backing guitar setups, the chorus is really addictive. Um, you know that sound the guitar makes when you like. I'm not a musical dude. Like I'm not a musical theory dude. You know how you put like your whole like hand on the guitars and then you do it, and then you strike it.
When you mute it?
Yeah, it was like the muting guitar. Yeah, really good, really good. I like it. Um, the synths were also really good. I like the synths at the end. They come and go. Um, yeah, this is really good. It had me thinking for a long while after I finished playing the song. I was like, wow, what did I just listen to? It sounded not only like an orchestra at the same time, but it sounded like really personal and really like destructive, really powerful. It seemed like Mitski was really putting all of her emotion into this one. I gave it a 10.
Is that the first 10 that we've had on
No,
the
I gave Good
podcast?
Ones by Charlie XCX a 10. And also like 10s for
Okay.
singles, I feel like they're not as meaningful as like albums or like EPs getting 10s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because like
feel you.
you probably have like perfect songs, like a good like amount of perfect songs in your thing.
Um, I will say that I'm not a huge fan of Mitski. I like from what I've heard from them, I don't
You're
really
homophobic.
go.
You're homophobic.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
Go ahead. Go
um,
ahead.
I don't really listen to Mitski. Never really had the desire to. Checked some stuff out. Didn't really like it.
Homophobia. Sorry. Go ahead.
See, this is funny because
Because you wouldn't expect Daniel to be homophobic, but he is because he doesn't like Mitski. But keep going. Keep going.
okay. Um, not a huge fan of the drums, particularly. I think the
Homophobia.
rhythm of them,
Sorry,
the rhythm.
I don't know. I have to get I have to get tested for COVID. I don't know what's going on with my throat today.
um, or the guitar, or the vocals. Really, I didn't really like anything on this
If you
track.
hate
Not
gay
gonna
people,
lie.
just say that. Wow, where did that come from? Wow, who said that? Wow,
Yeah, I hate gay people, but if you're gay, hit my line.
true.
Maybe we can uh date. So yeah.
Okay, keep going.
That's it. I
That's
didn't
it.
like it. A good
Score.
3 out of 10.
See, you give like Pink Panthers an 8, and then you give Mitski this.
Yeah, because I didn't like it. That's the difference.
Music is a purely objective art form, and only one of us can
Exactly.
be right.
Exactly.
Objective. Objective.
Okay.
Only one of us can be right, Daniel. And
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
not you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You want to wrap it up?
Um. Sorry, we have been gone for months. Uh,
Sure.
kind of Farhan's fault. Not gonna lie. Um. Follow us on Instagram at @runD_record. Follow us on TikTok. It's the same thing. Follow us on our own social medias because I need to get my numbers up, baby. Subscribe on YouTube. Run the
Especially
record.
subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, do that.
We're going to have full length videos every week.
Yeah, and thanks for listening.
Catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.